Okay, let's close that dealio. Alright, and today I'm gonna be working on, I believe, my t-shirt collection that I have amassed. And I'm pretty sure my mom is, or my closet is thankful that I've taken about all my t-shirt collections, or at least a decent chunk of the t-shirts out of my room. This is probably going to be a multi-part series on my channel because I've got so many damn t-shirts. I've got so many, and I keep ordering more of them because let's just say I love t-shirts, and I think they're great. And also I love having t-shirts of places I've been to, because flags are something I've kind of been getting into later, but one thing I've always been interested in is t-shirts. I love t-shirts. I love wearing various different t-shirts. For a long time, I would just wear like a few different. I would love wearing like just a few t-shirts with some variations of colors, but over the past year or so, I've been really just been wearing random t-shirts. Now, a bunch of t-shirts all have preferences for, and I love all of these t-shirts, but for some reason it's hard to pick which one I want to wear sometimes. Because I mainly just have all these t-shirts and they're really just a collection. What I'd really like maybe to do sometime is to just have like a display for all my t-shirt collections. So, yeah. And what really makes me angry is when there's a place that I go along to a number of different capitals, and either they don't have a gift shop or the gift shop does not have a t-shirt, or even if they do have a t-shirt, it's not a very good t-shirt. It's like it's not a capital t-shirt, mind you. So they've got t-shirts on random shit. Uh, but yeah, that's what I really don't like. I love t-shirts. I try to get one everywhere I go. Sometimes I forget because I'm just that kind of a forgetful person. And then other times there's not really a good t-shirt. And so I either have to go to a different museum from the place I went, and I just go to the gift shop for the sole purpose of getting a t-shirt. Or, yeah, or I get them online. So very few t-shirts have I got online. Um, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to do, I guess, 10 t-shirts um, in this video and explain all the various t-shirts because I have been to a wide variety of places, not all over the world because I haven't been all over the world. I've been to North America um, and Europe, basically. That's pretty much all I've been to. Um, I've been to a number of places all over North America, and yeah, North America and Northern and Europe, mainly Northern Europe, but a decent amount of places in Central Europe too. But yeah, mostly Northern Europe. But so to start off, we've got this T-shirt that says Sferia that I got. I don't exactly recall where I got it. I potentially got it in Gothenburg, but I don't remember exactly where I did get it because I've gotten so many t-shirts from Sweden. It's unfreaking believable. But yeah, I might, depending on how long this video is, like I'll see how long the video is and then I'll maybe say, okay, that's enough t-shirts. But yeah, decent Swedish t-shirt. And then ooh, this is a t-shirt I got from my first trip in Canada to Vancouver. I got it at a t-shirt shop. I don't. It was in some mall or some place that I just looked around. Uh, it was practically the first Canadian shop I'd been to, and I was happy to get this cool little Canada t-shirt. And as you can see, underneath it does say Vancouver, so that's a neat little Canada shirt I got. All right, and then this is a T-shirt from Sigtuna in Sweden, where we did like for about a few hours, practically a day trip when I studied abroad in Sweden. That's where most of my Swedish T-shirts come from. Um, but yeah, this is a T-shirt from the place where Sweden actually started, so that is very cool T-shirt that I really like a lot. Um, the next one on my list on my T-shirt deal is what does it say? Yeah, Fort McHenry, and it says yeah, Baltimore, Maryland, National Monument and Historic Shrine, established 1814. I would imagine that would be because guess what? This was the place where the Star Spangled Banner was inspired from, and they raised the flag every morning uh, in honor of that more of the morning flag raising. Where it goes, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. So yeah, that's a good one. All right. Now the next one is Gotland, and this is I got it in Visby, which is the main city in Gotland. It's a very old medieval city. Most of the medieval structures are still in place, though they once you get outside the city walls, they have a very modern shopping mall where you've got McDonald's, you've got what is it? Gosh, I can't remember, but you've got like uh, I can't remember the exact name. Oh, like El Giganten or something like that, where you've got their electronic shops and stuff, and it's kind of more of a modern sort of shopping mall. But then you just go towards this main city, and then you've got these like big sort of medieval walls. So it's a very interesting city. If you're in Sweden and you're able to, I highly recommend you go and visit Visby i Gotland. This is another shirt I got from my time in Sweden. This is from the Dalahäst factory, or a Dala horse factory, where they make little wooden horses, which is very much a kind of staple of sort of Swedish tourist culture. That like it's very they most of these are for the tourist industry in Sweden. It's a very cultural thing where you would paint these by hand, but of course because of tourist demand, um, they don't. While they still do paint them by hand, or I think most of it is painted by hand, but uh, it's not completely done by hand. Most of it is they basically do like they take blocks of wood and then they stencil out a bunch of the small Dalahästar, and then they uh, use these wood carving machines and these to sort of and they sort of use their hands to sort of get the wood aligned with the machine just right, so to make the right sort of cuts, and then they just dip them in like a primary color, like so if there's a red dollar horse or Blue dollar horse. That part's not done by hand because they dip it into the red or they dip it into the blue, and but the stuff surrounding that is the sort of by hand paint that you would be seeing because they do all these little designs on the outside. So the main color is not done by hand. That's just vroom, dumped into a vat of paint and then take it out and set to dry. The other shit surrounding it is done by hand. So yeah, that's interesting place I went to. And then this shirt is from Philadelphia. This is a shirt of the Liberty Bell. I don't think I actually saw the Liberty Bell. I went by it, but I didn't feel like, I don't know why. I was more looking for a place to get a shirt than actually seeing the Liberty Bell while I was in Philadelphia. I just saw the Congress, the old congressional building that that Congress used for a number for I think it was 6 years, while the Capitol buildings in D.C. were under construction. So the White House and the building which Congress would eventually hold Congress, which is now. So that was the second temporary capital of the U.S. The first one was in New York. All right. The next major one is I still have a large sticker on there, but yeah, Monticello. That's the birthplace. No, sorry. That's the home, and I don't know if it was his birthplace, but definitely where he died. The final resting place of Thomas Jefferson. That's his plantation, and it's in Charlottesville, Virginia. My next shirt is the Ohio State Capitol building, and which is a very nice design, pretty cool. It's similar to most state capitals except for this little this little deal that is very unique to the Ohio building. And the exterior is great. They've got lots of a great plants and stuff to decorate the outer gardens in Columbus, Ohio. It's beautiful. I do recommend you go there. They've got they do have a mini museum of Ohio history. It's not very grand. It's like it's a kind of a cheap but still very engaging and information and full of historical information about the state of Ohio. But it's not like a Smithsonian. It's like a little walk around deal where you see a bunch of stuff about Ohio. So that's pretty interesting. Then one I've been to recently, which is New Mexico, and this is a very cool, interesting little place to go visit. Because they've got a whole bunch of their houses are more in that sort of old native style of making houses, sort of with the adobe, and sort of the Pueblo style of making buildings. Not very many modern constructions that I've seen. Even now, a major city like Albuquerque has more of them, but even there, they still do have those same building styles, but it's more prominent in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is where I bought that T-shirt, and then we drove down to Albuquerque for the night before we went back to Dallas. This is the a Georgia state capital of Georgia T-shirt that I got while I was in Atlanta. It's very interesting. We do have a residence, actually partial residence in Georgia, It's, I believe, sort of right there in southern Glynn County. That's actually surprising because uh, our out-of-state residence right where is right nearby where that Ahmaud Arbery incident took place. It's right. It's in Sea Island, Georgia, and basically, and it's not that far away from Brunswick, Georgia. Brunswick's maybe like 30 minutes away. So yeah, So when I heard Brunswick, Georgia on the news for that sort of deal, I'm like, oh shit, the fuck. So yeah, uh, this is Minneapolis, a city I've been to a lot of late. Because it's only like an hour drive for me when I'm at my college. Now it's like 14 hours from away from me now because of this whole. But let me see if there's anything specific. Nope. Yeah, it just has like Mall of America, which I've been to like once. Uh, I just went in there because I needed like a charger because I forgot my charger all the way back in uh, what is it? St. Peter, and I didn't want to drive all the way back to an hour just to go all the way back while I'm in the cities for visiting my uh, aunt and stuff. So yeah. Um, and this is Capri, which is an island off the coast of Italy. Um, it's a pretty popular tourist destination, um, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. They had a number of shops. It's not there's not really many like notable spots in Capri. To me, it's just like a cool little touristy destination. That it's a nice island off the coast of Italy. It's not as big as Sicily. It's just a tiny little island that has a lot of shops and stuff, and it's cool to go to some fresh air. So, uh, yeah, very similar to a decent amount of Italy. Just a nice little place to go to. And then that I went with my family. And then there's this Lake Tahoe, um, where it's let me see the exact place. Yeah, Zephyr Cove. So yeah, this is where we went, Zephyr Cove, and me and my dad went there when we were on our way from Reno, or actually Carson City, Reno area. But I don't know if we went exactly back towards Reno to go on the road to Sacramento, but along that way, along our way to into California from Nevada, from Carson City, we stopped in Zephyr Cove, get some lunch and stuff, and so we got that. It was like a hotel and a restaurant, and they had a gift shop, and so we got some stuff at that gift shop after we had some lunch. This is from Springfield, Illinois. I've got another Springfield shirt I believe in here, but this is specifically a Abraham Lincoln shirt. And what does it? And it says, yeah, 16th president, uh, November. And I believe it says this was November 19th, 1863. And it reads, and it has, I don't know if you can see, but it does have the Gettysburg Address in that writing that you see in the image. So it's a pretty cool T-shirt that I really do like of Abraham Lincoln. And I saw his grave just like I've seen graves of a number of presidents throughout the years. It's pretty interesting. And then I think I'm gonna end it off with a local T-shirt, which is Grand Prairie, Texas, which I just I was going to this tour guide because I'm interested in possibly becoming a tour guide. I think that'd be interesting deal to get into. And there was this. I was just sort of making sure I knew where to go, and so I was just checking it out, and it was in Grand Prairie, Texas, which is not that far from here in Dallas. Um, but it's its own little city within Dallas County. I think it's also partially in Tarrant County. Um, yeah, neat little city. And so I got a T-shirt while I was there, and I believe that might have been that's definitely more than I think that's definitely more than 10. But yeah, so get ready for part two, because I'm probably gonna record it right after this. All right, bye.